Madam Chair, Madam Speaker, and members, I rise to celebrate the life of a man I loved, our colleague, John Robert Lewis. To John Miles, his son, to Michael Collins, his remarkable and devoted Chief of Staff, to his entire staff, we grieve with you. When I think about John Lewis, and to describe him, a commitment to God, immovable. A commitment to believe that we are all equal before God, immutable. Belief that the law must support the biblical belief in the equality of all mankind, unyielding. Because his great-grandfather was the victim of grave injustice, he didn't have to watch a movie to hear the call of a slave's master's voice in the wind. He rebelled against that voice to deliver justice during his life. In the 60s, he was deemed a radical with passionate belief in peaceful civil disobedience, so much so that he was arrested 40 times and beaten multiple times. John knew that the televised images of police beatings and cracked skulls animated the just souls of 1965 to build a chariot of liberty in the Civil Rights Act of that era. John wept with the sight of George Floyd being murdered, but also saw that another moment to create a more just and perfect union was upon us. In the coming days, when the streets are filled with those who mourn John, we will see people in fine suits and people in rags. We will see laborers and professionals. We will see faces pained by disease or poverty. But all of them will rejoice that John Lewis lived. There will never be another John Lewis. In fact, I believe no member of Congress is greater than the John Lewis that has walked the threshold of this chamber. God rest, good man. You changed our country. You are a purveyor of good trouble. You taught us what was non-negotiable. You changed this country forevermore. And I will end with his quote. And he said, "I say to people today, you must be prepared if you believe in something. If you believe in something, you have to go for it. As individuals, we may not live to see the end." Well, my dear friend, you may not see the end, but before this year is over, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act of 2020 will be delivered. And I hope someday a statue of you will be in Statuary Hall so we can all pass by it and touch your shoes and have your spirit fill our hearts. God rest your soul. Rest in power.
I now yield to the distinguished member from California, Representative Sherman.